November day, he penned the perfect poem that changed the very fabric of existing. His pen bled beautiful bouquets of purpose blossoms, yet he knew he was still on a quest to find his own pasture. Daily he would patiently wait for something to pacify his drive to feel alive, but he knew there was something beyond just being a pawn that barely survives that enticed him. When he was sent away, there was a friend that would write him, but when that stopped, he began to write himself. His only friends were padded walls, a notepad and a pen, no next of kin, left in this world all by yourself. There were many that tried to help, but no words could erase what he was forced to face that cold November day. His mother and father were orphans that found each other's love, had no one else but knew they had each other's love. And when they had him, wanted him to have someone that loved him, that he could touch, tangible, that loved him. But one early Sunday in November, he lay between his parents, a pure soul. He was barely 4 years old and it happened. Two masked men grabbed him from the bed, while a third woke his father up and stabbed him. A fourth held his mother down while she yelled stop and did unspeakable things to her, while this 4-year-old watched. Then they left him there with his dead mother and father. Somehow he was fully aware of what happened and never spoke again. Deemed a danger to himself unless he's holding a pen. His only high points was receiving letters from his imaginary friend. It was a cold November day. It was a cold November day. It was a cold November day. He lay strapped to a bed, and in his head is the only place he felt someone listened. There were times when he'd wake to watch the sunrise and tried to find its beauty in the words that he had written himself. The cards he was dealt, perfect recipe for crash and burn. The lessons he had to learn guided his pen to the promised land. A blend of modern man and prophecy was a helping hand in waking him from his slumber. He'd often wonder, now 20 years later, if his life could reflect the life he poured onto the paper. It was his only escape from seeing his mother's face. Taking a last breath, he wrote what little hope he had left. His soul took control of the pain he had to say in order to break from his chains that cold November day. Destined to make a change, no longer scared and ashamed, begin to feel the honor of having his father's name. The words came easy like Sunday morning that Sunday morning, and the irony of that was a poem within itself. As his pen bled, he finally started to clear his head and knew he was the poem within itself. So that cold November day, he penned the perfect poem to change his fabric of existing. He picked the perfect blossoms planted by his parents while grazing the pasture of inheritance left for him. Not waiting to pacify his drive to feel alive, no longer waiting to fall off the cliff but ready to fly. You could see it in his eyes, how he left the doubt with ease. Just then he opened his mouth and spoke the words, I believe. It was a cold November day. It was a cold November day. It was a cold November day.